Have you ever felt like you were trying your absolute hardest, but you just couldn't keep up with someone who seemed to have life handed to them on a silver platter? This is the story of two best friends, Marco and Liam. They just graduated from college, full of hopes and dreams. But the world they stepped into wasn't the same for both of them. Liam got a brand new car and a high-paying job straight from his father. Marco? He got a one-way ticket back to his childhood bedroom and a student loan bill for a staggering $100,000. Their lifelong friendship is about to face its biggest and most painful test. Before we continue, we'd love to know where you're watching from today. Please let us know in the comments. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss our upcoming stories. Now let's dive right back into the story. Marco and Liam tossed their graduation caps high into the sky, shouting with pure joy. It was a monumental day. Marco's immigrant parents cried tears of pride. Their son was the first in their family to graduate from college. Nearby, Liam's CEO father clapped politely, then glanced at his expensive watch. The celebration was just a brief stop in his busy schedule. 1 month later, the reality of post-grad life hit Marco like a ton of bricks. He was back in his childhood bedroom, staring at a laptop screen filled with a steady stream of job rejections. "We regret to inform you, we have decided to move forward with other candidates." He had a good degree, excellent grades, but no network, no connections. Then, the first email from the loan company arrived, a digital gut punch. The total, $100,000. It felt less like a debt and more like a prison sentence. A cold, tight knot of panic formed in his stomach. Just as Marco was struggling to breathe, his phone buzzed. It was a text from Liam. A picture of a brand new, shining black BMW. The message read, "Graduation present from my dad. What do you think?" Marco just stared at the gleaming metal, his own reality feeling a million miles away. He managed to type back, "Wow, awesome, man." But before he could even process that, another text popped up. "And I start at my dad's company on Monday, junior vice president." Marco put his phone face down on the bed. He felt like he was suffocating. 2 months later, Marco's life had fallen into a bleak routine. Wake up, apply for jobs, get rejected. Go to his new job, as a barista at the Daily Grind coffee shop. He'd froth milk for cappuccinos, his mind running lines of complex code, feeling like a complete and utter failure. Meanwhile, Liam was living a completely different life. His Instagram feed was a highlight reel of fancy dinners, rooftop bars, and glossy pictures of his sleek new downtown apartment. Marco tried to be happy for his best friend, he really did, but a bitter, angry feeling began to fester deep inside him. One Tuesday night, Marco dragged himself home late. His feet ached from a grueling 12-hour shift. He collapsed onto his bed and, out of habit, opened his phone. And there it was, a picture of Liam, smiling confidently in a huge leather chair in a corner office. The caption read, "Finally settled into the new office. It's a lot of pressure, but it just shows that 4 years of hard work really pays off. Hustle, grind, success." Marco read the words over and over. Hard work pays off. He read them again. Hard work. Something inside him just snapped. He opened their private chat and sent a text. 2 words. "Hard work?" Liam replied instantly. "Hey man, yeah, this VP job is no joke. Long hours." Marco's thumbs flew across the screen, years of frustration pouring out. "Long hours? I just work 12 hours on my feet, Liam, for minimum wage. You got a 6-figure job from your dad and a free car. Don't you dare talk to me about hard work." His phone started ringing immediately. It was Liam. "Hey, what's wrong with you?" Liam's voice was genuinely confused, which only made Marco angrier. "What's wrong?" Marco's voice was shaking with emotion. "What's wrong, Liam, is that I am $100,000 in debt. I have applied to 87 jobs and gotten 0 interviews. We both worked hard. But you're sitting in a corner office, and I'm back in my childhood bedroom. Whoa, Liam said, his tone turning defensive. I worked hard in school. We both worked hard, Liam, Marco shouted into the phone. But we didn't start at the same place. Can't you see that? You don't get it. Your hard work got you a golden safety net. My hard work got me a mountain of debt. You started the race at the finish line, and you're posting online about your hustle. There was a long, painful silence on the other end of the line. When Liam finally spoke, his voice was small, almost a whisper. I never thought of it like that. Yeah, Marco said, his anger suddenly gone, replaced by a hollow exhaustion. I know you didn't, and that's the problem. He hung up the phone. Weeks passed. The two best friends didn't talk. A chasm had opened between them. Marco kept working his shifts at the coffee shop, feeling a mix of guilt for yelling but also a strong sense of validation. He had spoken his truth. For Liam, Marco's words echoed in his head. You started at the finish line. He began to see his life through a new lens, realizing Marco was right. He had an enormous advantage he had never even acknowledged, let alone appreciated. He felt a deep sense of shame and knew he had to do something. That evening, as Marco was wiping down the counter at the daily grind, the bell on the door chimed. He looked up. It was Liam. Hey, Liam said, looking nervous and out of place. Hey, Marco replied flatly, continuing to clean. Liam walked up to the counter. Listen, I'm sorry. About the post. It was stupid. It was tone-deaf. I was blind. Marco just nodded, not wanting to get into it again. It's fine. No, it's not, Liam insisted. You were right. He pushed a piece of paper across the counter. It was an application form. For a paid internship program, project manager. It's a new program, Liam said quickly, as if to prove a point. It's not a handout, it's real. You'd have to interview with HR and they're tough. But I told them my best friend was the smartest coder I knew. Marco stared at the application. It was a real chance. A genuine opportunity. He looked up from the paper and met Liam's eyes. For the first time in months, that bitter, cold knot in his stomach started to unwind. I'll think about it, Marco said, his voice barely above a whisper. Good, Liam said, a small, hopeful smile appearing on his face. Now can we get some pizza? My treat. A small laugh escaped Marco's lips. It wasn't perfect. Their lives were still worlds apart. But as Marco locked the door to the coffee shop that night, walking out into the cool air with his friend, he felt something he hadn't felt in a very long time. Hope. So that was the story of Marco and Liam. It shows that sometimes the biggest challenges in life aren't just about money, but about understanding, perspective, and empathy. Have you ever felt like Marco, struggling against the odds? Or have you ever, like Liam, had a moment where you realized you had an advantage you'd never seen before? We would love to hear your story in the comments below. If this story resonated with you, please hit that subscribe button. It's completely free for you, but it helps our channel grow and share more stories like this one. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day.